Hey yo, what's going on everybody? It's Tylarious, aka Ty Killington. Yeah, man. Alright, today's video, we're talking about how much I think the San Andreas Mercenaries DLC is going to cost. How much will you need to get started with this DLC, to enjoy everything, to purchase everything, alright? Now, it's always a little tricky trying to guesstimate how much these DLCs will cost because we don't really know what's going to be out on day one and what we will get in terms of drip fed content. So let's just go ahead and pretend that everything that we have seen will be released day one. So I'm going to talk about the pricing for all of this content, just kind of cover the bases, all right? First of all, let's start out with obviously the brand new jet, the F-35, right? The Raptor, whatever. We know it's got VTOL. We know it's probably going to have stealth. In terms of jets in the game, we can relate this price to the Laser at 6.5 million, all the way up to the Luxor Deluxe, which is going to be 10 million. All right. So I say let's cut the difference in half. I think this jet could come in anywhere between the Laser price at 6.5 million all the way up to around 8 million, closer to the Luxor Deluxe. Okay. Next up, we see four vehicles in this screenshot right here. So we'll talk about these vehicles coming up. The first one we'll take a look at is going to be this new Hot Ring vehicle. This looks to be a Hot Ring Gauntlet or a variant. This could be a Benny's variant of the existing Gauntlet that we have, the Hellfire. Could be a totally new vehicle. I'm going to go ahead and say for the Hot Ring vehicles, they go all the way up to 1.7 million. I'm going to say this guy will be around 1.5 million, maybe a trade price at 1.3. Okay. Now, before we go any further, guys, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe with notifications turned all the way on. You can also become a member on my channel and join my community. Just hit the join button down below. You can also check out some merchandise that I have listed as well. In addition, if you want to go above and beyond, you can leave a super thanks donation in the comments down below and have that comment featured in a future video, all right? Let's get back into it. So next up, we got the new EV vehicle, which this could be another Benny's variant of a vehicle that we already have, or it could be something totally new. This looks to be some sort of electric variant of the Gauntlet, or it could be the Buffalo because this vehicle IRL is the Charger, so the electric variant of the Charger. But it does have what looks to be a Monty Tech, so this vehicle will probably come in with a price range of between 1.5, 1.7, with the Monty Tech upgrades probably between 2 and 2.3 million dollars. Okay. Next up, we have the Kanata, the weaponized Kanata. Now, the standard Kanata price is all the way up to $2,450,000. So the weapons could either be an add-on or it could be a totally separate vehicle in war stock. If it is a totally separate vehicle, look for it to be around 2.7 to $3 million. And if you just add the weapons to it, look for the weapon upgrades to be between $3 to $700,000. Okay, depending on what you go with. Now, next up, we have the what's going to be dubbed as just the Beagle from San Andreas. We're looking at more than likely between 1.7 and $2 million, maybe a little bit cheaper, to be honest, but just to play it safe, let's say around $2 million with upgrades and everything just to get this plane off the ground. You know, usually these type of DLCs that are weaponized, the vehicles are a little bit more expensive, and then you get something like this, which is looking like it's going to be the Maibatsu Monstrosity. This vehicle could go either way. This could be a much more affordable, around the $500,000 range. But then Rockstar is known to have really just basic vehicles cost sometimes millions of dollars, right? So it's kind of ridiculous. But let's go ahead and play it safe with this one. Let's go ahead and say anywhere between 700,000 to 1.2 million. So cut the difference at 1 million for this vehicle right here. All right. Now next up, I'm really excited for these. We got some new off-road Baja style vehicles. They are closely related to the trophy truck and the desert raid, which will be between $500,000 to $700,000 depending on which vehicle you go with. But I do think that these will be more expensive. Let's look towards more like about 1.2 to 1.5 for these. I would like to see them under a million. But let's again play it safe. Let's cut the difference and go 1.3 million for these vehicles for each of them. All right. Now, next up, just for anything miscellaneous in regards to vehicles, possibly, a weaponized variant of the Rumpo, which I think this is mainly just an image from a mission, but if we do get something like that, look for it to be around, $1 to $1.5 million. Not saying this particular vehicle, but just miscellaneous vehicle stuff. So let's keep that in mind. For the new weapon, typically the new weapons are pretty expensive. I'm gonna say probably around $200,000 to $300,000 just for this SMG. We've got other weapons in the game that are several $100,000, but we could be pleasantly surprised, possibly get this for free. Maybe even just like around 40 or 50,000. But I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to say 250,000 is to cut the difference and put it on an average price. But again, Rockstar's been known to make certain weapons very expensive just because, they're a hot ticket item. So keep that in mind. All right, next up, the big one here. This is going to be the Avenger upgrades, and the Avenger is going to be the paywall entry into this DLC. You're going to have the Avenger to get this thing going with the missions. So the Avenger price tag, you're looking at around $3.4 to $3.5 million just to get the Avenger. Now the upgrades, we're looking at probably around $1 million for the weapons, probably another $5 to $1 million for the internal upgrades as well. So you're probably looking at the actual price fully upgraded to be around $6 million. Now, for every DLC, Rockstar keeps the entry price to around $3 to $6 million. So this would be on the high end of that, but it still falls in line with every other DLC in the game. It just typically takes a certain amount. Now, it could be like the Los Santos Drug Wars, where we get certain, vehicles for free, like we did the Acid Lab on completing the missions or whatever. That's a possibility, but I don't see that happening with this one. So, bare minimum, you'll probably have to have around $6 million just to get started with the DLC. All right. This image right here, we're talking about new clothes, new tattoos, hairstyles, just miscellaneous stuff in regard to your characters. Let's go ahead and just throw in an extra million just to cover all that. Could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less. So overall, this DLC will be a little bit more on the expensive side just because of the theme. It's aerial, it's weaponized, so items tend to be a little bit more expensive in that regard. It's still the entry level is still going to be around 3 to 6 million. Like I said, probably more on the 6 million side to get started with the Avenger upgrades. Most of us probably already have an Avenger, so you'll probably just pay a couple million for the upgrades itself, and you'll be able to get into the actual DLC. Again, we don't know what's coming out day one. We don't know what will be drip-fed content, but like I said earlier in the video, if everything that we have seen comes out day one, on the low end, you're looking at probably around 17 to 18 million. On the high end, closer to 25 million. Split the difference. 20 million would probably be a fair estimate of what we'll need day one for everything if it comes out. In that price range, say 20 to 22 million in that range right there, upwards of 25 on the top end. All right, but from what I've been hearing, the drip feed will be strong with this DLC, just like it was with the Los Santos Drug Wars DLC. So just be prepared for that. But all in all, probably some good content coming out day one. We'll probably have a good amount to keep us busy, keep us entertained for a good amount of time. All right. There you have it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What is your guesstimate for how much this DLC will cost on the low end, the high end? For some of your favorite vehicles, what do you expect to pay for them? Let me know what you guys think, all right? You know what to do. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel for the Hills for Reals content in the game. Smash that like button. See you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out. Yeah.